Welcome to Michael
Sarah
Adventures. So this weekend we're going camping. The Ranger set up, everything's in its place, and we thought that would be the perfect scenario to take you guys through a tour of showing you where we've put everything and like our design processes of everything. So this video is dedicated to finally us going camping, like a mock Angola setup, and then also the whole tour of everything where it is. So yeah, quite excited for that. Let's go camping. Been waiting quite a while for this, so quite excited. We're not going very far, we're just going to the garden route, and we're doing a quick supply run right now. So I'm gonna get a few snacks, a few drinks, and yeah, then we're gonna hit the weekend off with some camping. Luckily the shops aren't very far from our house, it's like 200 meters, but still we'd rather be safe than sorry, so I've got my gloves on and my buff for some protection. Let's go get some snacks. Alright, we got our snacks. I always have to do this right. We've arrived at the campsite. Home sweet home.
No, home sweet campsite.
Alright, so we're fully packed, everything in its place, ready for Angola, and let's take you guys through a tour to show you where we've put everything. So this is the clothing rack that we ended off last time. We actually packed it in, so the games and the underwear goes up top, the shirts and shorts, warm clothing, we've got the battery box still here, and then the camera bag and also some groceries that we just went to buy. And then on the side here on a connector we connected the toiletry bag, so everything is in here just ready to grab and go if you want to take a shower and put it back in its place. So it doesn't bother us, but when we need it, it's nice and accessible. This is the things that we won't usually need that often, so it's all the cables and accessories in here, and then in the back is the tools.
Do you want to show us?
Sure. So in this one is basically all my wiring and all my electronics that I would need. So inverter, extension cables, a few plugs and things in there, and then 12 volt stuff. And then on this side is all the tools, so the power drill and recovery gear in here, some basic DIY tools, and then just normal tools if we need to fix anything. So in here at the top we decided to put our shoes. This is basically the emergency area, so all the medical stuff is in here. Then next to it, the other important thing is our brandewijn, so all the mixers and things, and then breakfast, and then at the top is the kappapier. And this is the power section. So in the power section I've got circuit breakers, so I can switch off all the lights and solar, and then switch it back on. So this is nicely tucked away, everything in one place. And also I've got a dimmer here for the LED lights, we'll show you a bit later. Let's go carry on to the next section. This is a Brad Harrison connector that connects the rooftop tent to the canopy, and then the solar panels will plug in here. Okay. In the back here we've got a very nice slider. So I actually got these sliders for free when I bought my trailer. They were just in there and it works quite well in the bucky. So now I can finally use it. In the back here I've got my snatch rope, some recovery things like the power cables. We've also got the shower, a heater and a gas top. Then Scoppy and a BSMP. We've got the tafeldoek and then the 2 gas bottles. So the small ones we use to light the fire with. We don't really cook with them. We cook with the bigger 5 kilogram one. Then we've got 2 basins in here for washing up, and then with sunlight and
Andy.
I don't want to pack too much stuff in here because then you can't access something quickly. So the easier you can quickly get to something, the better. Then we've got the potjie in here, and basically all the things that can stay warm for now, like extra Coke, some tonic for gin, and a bottle of red wine that I would want to have some now. This is the big sliders. In the bottom one, got more of the tools type of things. So all my bolts and my nuts, the big cable ties, fire extinguisher, the battery, the funnel, a hand line for fishing, some hooks and things, filter, a mat to lie on when you're under the car or whatever. And then we've got the other potjie here. This is for making the bread or pasta. And then a light and the hammer that doesn't work. And this is one of the things that Sarah made. So it comes here at the back where you connect it to this piece. We haven't done that yet, so this is something that's still to do. Sarah, I think this might be easier if you explain what's in here.
So at the back we have all our snacky type of stuff. So we have our cookies, easy snack bars, pastas, all our canned stuff. Then in here we have all our grains, some rice, couscous, prenetro for us. That's our choice of breakfast porridge. And then baking stuff, yeast, baking powder, all those things. And then all our spices. There's some nice potjie mixes in it. Sauces, brown onion soup, all those things. We still need a cuppa for the flour because that would be a mess if that explodes. And then in front here we have our onions in a nice little baggie so that it doesn't mess everywhere. And then your potatoes, we go through quite a lot of potatoes while camping because we make a lot of chips. And then some sweet potato.
Alright, and we try to keep it as simple as possible. So we'll still see if we're going to take this. We're not quite sure. There is space for it. This is the sides that we've got up on the side here. So it's a windbreaker. It fits in nicely, so we might take it. We'll still decide how we feel about that. So this is the ground sheet, and let's put it up. Next up is the lover's chair. It's a double camping chair and it's stuck on the wood. Alright, next up is the sides for the awning. We'll probably not use this that often, so it just goes at the bottom. Next up is the braai. We kinda need this because this is my dad's front yard and he doesn't have a braai in his front yard. We do have some odd extra chairs and then also tables to eat on. So I'll leave that in there. If we don't need it, it can stay in its place. This is a nice mickey. It works especially well for sand. And it usually goes underneath there or in front, depending if that can fit. The gas we'll leave in its place because we don't need it just now. We do need the solar panels though, so I'm going to take the wood out. This is the table. So Sarah made this cover for us, which looks really nice. Alright, and I guess the last thing is then the solar panels. We will be driving a lot throughout the trip, so the batteries will in most cases be charged in any case. So we won't need this every day, it's just for the days that we're gonna camp for 2 days, like today. We've got square tube here at the back with hinges, and as I move it backward they go in place. So it's a nice easy setup to get the solar panels in place. Oh yeah, and one thing I actually forgot. At the side here is all the fire stuff. So we've got our gas lighter and the gravel. Oh, and the grid. On the sides here we've got two of these 55-liter diesel plastic cans. So the one is right at the back for weight, and then the other one in here, and then next to them we've got the 60-liter water. So the 60-liter water comes to this tap that I usually just put here on the side. And yeah, this is basically this section. So let's go on to the next one. Okay, and this is our kitchen, but I think this would be best explained by Sarah. So back to her.
So this is what I thought would work best. But so here we have a skunk board, a tray with our braai bak. Oma cookies always easy accessible on the side rather than at the back. A little potjie for if you want to just quickly boil something. This is a chip maker me and Michael made while camping over New Year's. It was quite fun. And then cooking stuff, a nice pan, bigger bowls, and the pegs for the awning. And here we have our bigger utensils, and this is all our lappies. We have these cute little small cutting boards that Mike got. Can't remember where, but he loves them. And then here we have basic baking stuff like measuring, we have some bags, kebabs, all those things. And then here we have coffee, sugar, and here we have our cleaning stuff, different types of proper. Okay, and here we have paper towels, foil, and some Glad wrap. And the things you need most are in front. Then if we move back to this area, we have the kettle, some hand soap, big plates, small plates, buckies. Then we have our Nespresso cups that we got for Africa Burn. We love them. There's not any other cup we prefer. Our shakers for like any other juices we want, or water or anything like that, and some extra cups. Coffee for guests. And then here we have all our spices, and then here we have our cutlery. Nicely folds out and hooks in. And that's the kitchen setup. And back to Mike.
Thanks, Sarah, that was a great explanation. On to the next section. So as I mentioned previously, the fridges are in here. There's some sneaky cupcakes that my mom made. You're not allowed to see this. Alright, so this is the fridge and this one is the freezer. It's connected by a nice aluminium frame. It works very well. So there's a small fan here that I can switch on with this switch. It just sends air through here to the ventilation holes for the fridges. And yeah, so in this one we've got all our drinks and our fresh stuff. And in this one we've got all the meats and things that are frozen. And up top here is a quick switch that you can switch on and off. And at the back there is the cupboard that we've bought last time. And yeah, that's basically the camping setup. Nice and easy, everything kept minimalistic-ish. Yeah, I think it's time for a drink and maybe some snacks.
Yes.
Cheers, Sarah.
Yes.
To camping.
We're playing Dominion! With you on! It's his game.
Thanks for watching that video. It was definitely a very fun weekend getaway.
Yes. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. We really do appreciate them.
Cheers everyone, see you next time.